Hey guys, my Treasure Hunter here, and I'm back with a tutorial, and today we're going to be setting up a Pokemon Go server on our PC. And why are we going to be doing that? So we can open up Knox and actually play Pokemon Go, unlocking the legendaries and the other characters that are coded into the game but are still locked. So you can kind of get a sneak preview of the legendaries and all the Pokemon that are currently still locked in the game before they unlock them. If everything goes well, I'm going to put some footage right now. Okay, yes, it is working. Here is an example. Coded in a ditto. And obviously you get Master Balls, so it's a first catch. So I'm going to go over here, and all this will be explained, but I'm going to real quickly spawn another one in. And there you go. Basically, whatever character that your heart desires, you just code it in, tell it to spawn it, and it works. So now we'll get on with the tutorial. Okay, so if you've seen some footage, obviously it went well, and so let's get started. The first thing that you're going to do is, the link will be down in the description, you're going to go down and download this all-in-one server setup that I put together. And the file right here is in a .rar. So WinRAR is a good one. I think WinZip unzips it also, but you're going to need something to unzip it. So the link will be down in the description for WinRAR if you need it. Let's get started. Once you download the file, you're going to have this zipped file. I'm going to go ahead and I'll be speeding all this up, but I'm just going to go ahead and unzip everything. I'm going to do this kind of like in real time, but during stuff like this, I'm just going to speed it up. Okay, now we have these files, and we're going to unzip this. Alright, so now we're here, and these files right here will come into play later. This is Knox. You may or may not need it, but these files you will need. So going to go into that folder, and right here, install these files first. There's 4 files in here, and we're just going to install them one at a time. Okay guys, well, depending on the speed of your computer, it may or may take a little while. So the next step you do is you open up and go to your computer and go to your C drive. You'll see this new folder right here, XAMPP. Click on that, go all the way down, and you will see XAMPP control. Go ahead and click on that, and it opens up this screen right here. First thing we're going to do is click on the config, and the very first one right here, Apache. Click on that, and it's going to open up a notepad. Now you're going to scroll down until you get to this line right here. It talks about listen, and it's got just an 80. You want to add another 80 right there, so it says 80. Then you're going to scroll down again some more, and it's a little bit hidden, and it's another 80, and you put 80. Come up here, go ahead and hit save. If you try to close it without hitting save, it's going to probably prompt you anyways, but hit save, close it. Go back, hit configure again, this time selecting the second one down. Once again, it's going to open up a module like this. You're going to be looking for the listen 443, and you just want to add another 3 on the end of it, so it's going to be 4433. And there's also going to be, or should be, 2, and it is right there. Once again, file, save, close it. Once we're done there, hit start. and it's running. Green is good, it's running. These ports that we just made are working, and now we're going to go down to MySQL and hit start. Okay, next thing we're going to do, grab a web browser and going to type in this in the search. Local host //8080 /php myadmin / hit enter. It'll open up the PHP myadmin control panel. You're looking for a particular SQL database. It is not here, so you're going to click on new. You're going to come over here in the database name, all lowercase, no spaces, POGOSQL, and hit create. And as you can see, it created Pogo SQL. Now we can go ahead and exit out of that and go on to the next step. Okay, next step, going to come back to this folder that you unrared, and now we're going to unrar this main server. This is actually the server right here. So we're going to go ahead and unrar that. Okay, that's done, and now it is unrared and created this folder. We go into here, and basically this src folder is your server. So when you can click on that, you have all these different files. Now this is where you're going to need the Notepad++. Right click and edit with Notepad++, because you're going to want to enter your character and go through. This is where you are going to set up the information. You're also going to set it up, what type of shoes, hair, whatever, how many balls, what level your player is. I mean, you can completely configure your player from here. Okay, so after you're done messing around in here, and like I said, this is totally, up to you. Save it and close it. In packet folder is where you can set up a lot of stuff, including your Pokestop. So after you're done making any sort of changes and customizations in the packets, you don't have to do anything in here. It's just if you want to do anything. Anyways, you're done messing with that, saved whatever changes you want. You're going to go back to the Pogo server main folder, and you're going to scroll down to the run-windows, this batch file. You're going to go ahead and click on that. Alright guys, once you see this Pogo server and the acknowledgement that it's running, your server's running. Now I did get some sort of warnings and such, so we will see if this is going to run. Like I said, this is the first time I'm setting it up. So that's running. Next thing we're going to do is go back to the initial folder that you unzipped, and you're going to install Knox. Now if you already have Knox installed, you can just kind of skip through this, but we're going to go ahead and install Knox. Okay, Knox is installed. First thing that you need to do is to go up into the settings and turn root on, save changes, and restart it. Installed Knox, or already had it installed. You've made sure that the root was turned on, and now we're going to install 2 APK files. Both of these were included, and they're right here in the download. First of all, you're going to install the Pokemon Apk, and this is the official 0.35 version. And actually just going to close that out. Don't want to open that right now. Next, we're going to install the Expose Apk. Okay, so the next step, we're going to go ahead and click on Framework. Yes, don't show me. Now we need to install this. Install/update. Do you want to reboot? Sometimes it asks you if you want to reboot. Sometimes you need to do a soft reboot. I'm going to hit cancel, and I'm just going to do a soft reboot. We're going to go back over to Windows Installer. Now we got to come over here to download. Click on download. You should see that this is installed. If it's not, if you do not see that it's installed, then you're going to need to install it. And what you would do to that, you would click on search for it. You would search Expose Installer and then click install. Next, what's not here is we need to search for the Pokemon Go Trust certificates. And there it is. It's not installed. Gonna click on it, click on versions, and whichever version is the top, which is 2.2, go ahead and click download. It'll download it and install it. Go ahead, open it. Actually gonna go out and go back a couple things here. Alright, so now in modules you should see exposed, but it's unchecked. So you need to go ahead and check that, then click on it. It's going to say enable custom endpoint, default is off. You need to turn it on and then click on set custom endpoint. Here is where you're going to enter your server. Okay, for set custom endpoint, you come back over to your command box, and right here, this is the IP for your custom server, so that's what you enter there. Enter that. Looks exactly like what is running for the server. Hit OK. Now I can hit the home button and actually start Pokemon Go Up. You're supposed to get an error, but I didn't, and I've had to go back and re-record this part. So you probably will get an error. You may or may not. If you get an error, just hit try again. This is where you run, make yourself up a brand new Pokemon Trainer Club account, and I'm gonna do the same, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've set up a brand new account. Like I said, you do not want to use an existing account because stuff people are running through Knox is getting banned. Now, prior to this, you might have experienced a failed to log in. You would just hit retry. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. I didn't get it, but I have seen where other people have got it. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and sign in. Okay, so the first time that I tried it, I didn't get the error to retry, and so it actually signed me in and it was messed up. So what I did is I just closed Knox. I didn't mess with the CMD running or anything. I just closed Knox in case you guys run into this situation, and I opened it back up. I just went through all the settings and made sure everything was correct, and then I started Pokemon Go Up again, and now it is exactly how it's supposed to be. Over here, obviously what it didn't do last time is that it shows all of the different requests, and it's telling me that basically the server's now running. If you click on the Pokestop, this is where I put in a custom, because I did put in a custom Pokestop, and you can spin it, and the default is 4 Master Balls. So far, if you got to this far, man, we are just one step away from seeing all the Pokemon of why we've went through this whole process. It hasn't actually been that bad. So now let's spawn something in. This is where you get to choose whatever characters you want, spawn in one at a time. You come over to your command screen and you type in this / spawn, all lowercase, space, your username, exactly how it is. So it's / spawn, space, your username exactly as it shows on your screen, and let's see, let's just do Mewtwo with the space, so then the character that you want spawned in, and then the number of how many of them you want spawned in. Then you hit enter. Now it doesn't show up right away. Okay, so before you proceed, make sure that you've gotten a confirmation. Like right here, it told me that it spawned it, but obviously it's not showing. So what you gotta do, you gotta hit your home button and then come over and close out of all the apps that are open. Hit the home button again. Now hit Pokemon Go, start it back up. Now you will see that it says that one is nearby. So at that point, you basically just use your WASD keys and walk around just a little bit until they spawn in. And there you go. Magically, they spawn in. Depending on how many you set to spawn, see, there you go. All 3 have spawned in. I can simply click on it. turn my AR off, and obviously it spawns you in with Master Balls, so it's pretty much a no-brainer. They automatically go and hit the Pokemon every single time, square right in the forehead, and I think it's 100% capture rate with these Master Balls. So now in all that coding, you can set up all the actual moves if you want to get real technical. Let's go ahead and go back over to our command screen, /spawn, and this time let go for Zapdos, and we're just going to do 2. So it gave me the acknowledgement that it has spawned 2, but once again you need to hit the home button, go close out of Pokemon Go. Yes, it's a little bit daunting, but this is just a way to play around and see what these characters are going to really look at like when they get unlocked in the game. And there we go. Zapdos. And once again, you can throw it any way you want. You're going to catch it. You'll catch it every single time. As you can see, they're all generic. So disregard the skill sets. They're not going to be set unless you go in there and manually code all that in. I wouldn't waste my time with that. It's just simply a way to see what these characters actually look like in the animations, because these are the real deal. These are the real things. The code is already in there. They just have the code locked. All we've done is unlocked it and got a preview. So guys, this was kind of a learning experience for myself. This was the first time legitly that I set it up. Besides that one issue, it seems to work excellent. There are quite a few steps, but they're not that hard. You spend more time downloading stuff than actually setting it up. Just make yourself a new player trainer club account, because people that are using Knox are all getting whatever character that they were using Knox with, they're getting it banned. So just make yourself a throwaway account and just use this to play around and see what the actual lock characters are going to look like. So I hope you liked this video. Subscribe and go ahead and check out the giveaway video that is still going on and get signed up for that. Until the next video, take care.